Hello, this is Alan Berger, back again with Bowling Over 50. Today we're going to be talking about bowling balls, specifically two kinds of bowling balls. So in one of my previous videos, one of the things I told you is there's basically three kinds of bowling balls. Symmetrical and asymmetrical, shiny and dull, or solid. Now I've been told, and many people argue with me, that there's no difference between a dull ball and a shiny ball, but I tend to disagree. Dull balls tend to hook more in the oil and a little earlier. Shiny balls get down the lane a little bit further and hook a little bit later, and more of a check mark or hockey sticky, the word I like to use. So we're going to look at both of these balls today. We're going to start with a dull ball, and I'm using two balls that are fairly similar. They're both Mindsets. This first one's the original OG Mindset. It is a solid ball with a little bit of surface on it, more like a snow tire. So this is the Mindset. As you can see, it's dull. This ball should hook a little earlier and be a little slower down lane and chew up some oil. So what we're going to do is, I haven't thrown this ball yet, so I have no idea. So we're going to try there. If you remember in all my other videos, when I'm doing practice, I stick a little piece of blue tape down there on the 5 board, about 43 feet down the lane. It's been hard to see in some of the other videos, so I have put 3 pieces of tape, one on the 4, one on the 5, and one on the 6. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better, because that is what I'm aiming at. So this is the original Mindset, solid cover. Little slower bowling ball. And I got it a little in. I stuck a little bit because I've been walking around. But in just all my other videos, one of the things I told you is when you leave spares, never reset the pins. Go ahead and pick up your spares. I picked this spare up like I pick up a 2-pin. That way I don't have to think about it. We have a video out on shooting spares and how I go about shooting spares. That's kind of an example of that. All right, we're going to throw this Mindset again. Try to get lined up with it. It's dull. It'll hook earlier. I've got to get it out to my tracer though, which I did not do on that last shot. That one did. Nice, slow, digs in the oil. It actually hooked before it got to the tracer mark down lane, but it drove through the pins just fine. I'll throw one more shot so you can see it from a different angle. I'm standing on 21, looking at 7.5. That's a little in, just like the first shot. Little in. I'm not throwing the ball particularly well right now, and that was thrown a little hard too. I am aiming for the pin that's closest to me, which is a 2-pin. I'm gonna pick up my spare. No problem. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing to do it like the first time. I'm gonna wipe it off. Man, you can really see the flare lines on a dull ball. Here we go. Standing on 21, looking at 7.5. Hopefully we'll hit it this time. We did. Still threw it too hard. I'm supposed to be showing you videos for lower ball speed and lower rev rate, and I'm pumping it out there 20 miles an hour. That's not good. But at least I'm picking up my spares. Okay. Let's slow it down, Alan. Slow it down. One more time. Now that this ball's getting a little oil on it. That looked pretty good. So you can see with that duller ball, it hooks a little earlier, a little smoother, and it likes oil. It wants a little bit of oil. So now what we're going to do is take the same Mindset bowling ball, same core, just different cover. This is the pearl version of the Mindset. Put my thumb in there. Okay, now we're going to throw, same core, different cover. This is the intense Mindset. That one is dull cover. This one is a shiny cover. So what we should do is go further down the lane before it starts to hook. And then it should conserve enough energy because it's shiny to go a little harder to the left when it gets to the dry part of the lane off the end of the pattern. So we're going to start in the same place that we finished with the regular Mindset, the OG solid cover, and try to throw it in the same spot. Definitely went farther down the lane. Didn't drive as hard as I wanted it to, but it still got 10 down. So what we're going to do is try that same shot again with a little bit slower ball speed and see if we can't get this thing to look a little bit better. Get rid of some of that oil. Standing in the same place as I stood with the solid cover, looking in the same place, trying to get the same place down lane, but a little slower. That looks good. Hit my tracer. Still's not driving very well. Because it's not driving very well, I'm going to open up my angles just a little bit, meaning I want to see the ball hook a little bit more. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to move left, but not move my eyes. So I'm going to move 2 with my feet, 2 to the left. And I am going to move a half a board with my eyes to the left because that looks a little scary. Come on. Bam. The pearl ball was just getting a little too far down the lane before it wanted to hook. So I just slowed it down just a little bit and went through the pins just fine. That's the difference between a dull ball, solid, and a shiny ball, pearl. So I'll see you next time on Bowling Over 50. And I want to thank one of our sponsors, mainly our main sponsor, which is Ice Gear. Ice Gear sells jerseys and t-shirts. You can go to icegear.shop and find them online. Give them a try. I think you'll love them because ICE actually stands for something. ICE stands for I carry everything. Ice Gear wants you to have a positive mental attitude about your bowling game, and you can get that by looking good with Ice Gear products.